There's a timeless charm to these mountain villages, where life moves at nature's rhythm. With particularly distinctive character shaped by its unique combination of geological setting and cultural heritage,
The valley is a constricted corridor, the river a powerful lifeline. We navigate the narrow road.
This high mountain valley is a world apart. Isolated, yes, but defined by the resilience.
Standing here, you realize this valley was carved by glacial action over millennia. It's humbling to witness these ancient mountains.
The highway winds through charming lakeside towns and vineyards, crests hills offering spectacular views.
The basin formed as the glacier paused here, scouring deeply to create this bowl. The climate is mild.
As the valley narrowed, the river cuts deeper, beginning the gorge. The road follows closely, carved into the mountain wall.
Mountain life fosters deep community bonds. When winter isolates villages for days,
Geological forces carved this valley. The river continues to erode the resistant rock, making the road vulnerable to rockfall.
The extensive wetlands of this glacially formed basin are vital for water filtration and habitat.
this village is primarily accessible by train, a sustainable approach that protects the environment while preserving alpine beauty.
The transportation infrastructure enabling the journey represents enormous societal investments. Without this,
The valley walls recede as the river widens. This productive riparian zone supports a healthy trout population.
The trees are deciduous, unusual for mountain elevations. The forest is seasonal. The fall color is spectacular.
The Staubach Falls plunge nearly 300 meters, a height difficult to grasp until you see the buildings at its base.
The aesthetic experiences demonstrate landscape's capacity to inspire and refresh human consciousness.
In this stillness after the snow, the landscape itself seems to breathe, offering a moment of peace to reset our mental state. As the town expands onto the floodplain, risk is managed with levees and pumps. This regional center
The architecture, designed to harmonize with the environment, reflects a significant investment. While
Here, agricultural traditions shape life in these alpine valleys. Farmers have adapted to the challenging terrain and short growing seasons.
This route explores the inexhaustible variety of alpine regions. The high climbs in
This is the alpenglow, where the setting sun refracts, casting these peaks in rose and violet light.
Understanding the wood grain is essential. Carving direction must align with the fibers. These alpine species show unique adaptations, utilizing hairy leaves for moisture retention and
The principles of arch bridge design are evident here. The relationship between the 40-meter span and the laminated.
Lichens are symbiotic organisms. Their extreme sensitivity to pollutants such as sulfur dioxide and heavy metals.
This alpine tradition blends remembrance with the enduring beauty of the mountains, creating a sacred space.
Repetitive training builds muscle memory and sharpens decision-making under stress. These simulations prepare This mill represents centuries of ingenuity, using the stream's flow to power the gears inside, transforming raw grain into flour.
The chemistry of honey relies on enzymes from the bees, converting sucrose into glucose and fructose.
The red lighting preserves night vision, essential for astronomy here. But mid-latitude sites like this.
The tilting of these sedimentary strata documents millions of years in Earth history, revealing how marine sediments were transferred.
In high resolution, we observe the transition. The shift to nocturnal lighting ensures the sensitive culture.
Proteolysis and lipolysis break down proteins and fats into flavorful compounds.
High-altitude solar generation offers increased efficiency due to strong irradiance and cool temperatures, despite challenges.
The elevated design, utilizing these stone piers, protects the fodder from ground moisture and vermin.
Attaching these bands allows us to track individual movements across continents, providing vital data on survival rates and the impact of habitat loss. Provenance matching is crucial for reforestation success. Nurseries help combat climate change by selecting.
These hydrothermal veins form as mineral-rich fluids circulate through fractures in the rock. Slow cooling and stable. The mechanics of slab avalanche release depend heavily on the weak layers in the snowpack. Our instrumentation helps us predict when these layers are likely to fail.
Fire lookout towers served as the primary means of wildfire detection before the advent of satellite and aerial surveillance. As we inspect the hives, we see the culmination of the season's labor. The alpine floriculture allows, as the fibers are agitated with hot, soapy water, the scales lock together, transforming the loose wool into dense felt.
Flexibility is key in suspension bridge design, allowing the structure to safely manage the dynamic forces of both wind and pedestrian loads. While temperature and wind limit growth here, studies confirm the tree line is advancing upslope, a clear signal of a warming climate.
Alpine biodiversity faces significant threats from habitat loss and climate disruption.
Metallurgy relies on judging temperature by the glowing color of the iron, allowing us to shape the metal through controlled deformation.
From arnica to valerian, these plants offer therapeutic benefits. We merge traditional knowledge.
The promenade has long been the heart of alpine leisure, a space where the community gathers, reflecting essence.
The biomechanics of the design, particularly the rigid sole, made these clogs ideal for the rugged mountain terrain.
These fungi form crucial symbiotic relationships with the trees through mycorrhizal associations.
As we move along the array, we observe intercepts the fog droplets, a process critical. Ensuring material compatibility is essential. Sourcing stone from the same geological strata as the original construction presents unique challenges. Each cut must be deliberate. I remove the excess wood slowly, constantly checking the shape against the design in my mind.
As the fibers twist, their properties bind, creating a balanced rope. This ancient craft transforms simple
Located high in the Alps, this observatory benefits from reduced turbulence, allowing us to focus on critical
This preservation technique prevents spoilage, transforming the fresh fungi into a stable product.
Here we are restoring the stream's morphology, utilizing boulders and imported gravel to create pools and riffles. Tanning stabilizes the collagen matrix, distinguishing between vegetable tanning with plant extracts and chrome tanning using mineral salts.
Sundial design relies on understanding the relationship between latitude and the gnomon angle.
Alpine transhumance is the tradition of moving livestock to these high pastures during the summer months.
Its impermeability and durability make slate ideal for roofing, easily split into thin, strong sheets.
The sun sets slow these days.
The Alphorn originated as a vital communication tool used by shepherds in the high alpine pastures.
Ashwood and rawhide are ideal for snowshoe construction. Their unique properties offer the necessary strength.
The data collected here documents the accelerating retreat of this glacier, tangible evidence of a warming world.
The museum documents the evolution of mountain textile production, initially powered by hand spinning and maintaining seed purity is essential for agricultural productivity. Our certification process prevents
The stainless steel bolts are epoxied into the drilled holes, creating permanent anchors. This protection is crucial.
We study how these plants survive freezing, examining mechanisms like cryoprotective sugars.
The antimicrobial and antioxidant compounds in wood smoke inhibit bacterial growth and rancidity. This traditional
Alpine regions are crucial for the energy transition, offering abundant resources like solar, wind, and meltwater. This station monitors the relationship between air temperature and glacial melt rates. The long-term
This controlled oxygen deprivation drives off volatile compounds, leaving pure carbon. Historically,
utilizing real-time telemetry, we observe the herd's behavior remains consistent with established seasonal norms. Organic certification requires year-round pasture access for the cows.
Medieval stained glass is a unique artistic medium, but weathering and corrosion pose significant
Mordants like aluminum and iron are essential in natural dyeing. They chemically bond the colorants to the proteins. We treat injuries caused by human impacts, like collisions or power lines. But minimizing human contact is crucial.
Shaping the clay requires patience and a steady hand. It's a dance between the material and the maker.
The skills required include understanding construction techniques, proficiency with hand tools, and the ability to
Permaculture is guided by the ethics of earth care, people care, and fair share.
before modern technology, early scientists faced immense challenges observing the cosmos. Restoration demands a delicate balance, honoring original materials while ensuring the book remains usable for generations.
Freshwater mussels filter plankton, slowly depositing nacre around an implanted nucleus. This delicate process
While mechanical timekeeping is largely obsolete, the artistry of these handmade clocks endures.
We focus on the genetic management required to maintain diversity, implementing strict protocols for disease prevention.
To overcome cultural barriers, insects are processed into powders and incorporated into familiar foods, ensuring
Glacial archaeology reveals materials preserved for millennia. This medieval shoe offers insights into past
High-altitude sites provide stronger winds, but present engineering challenges, including extreme weather, icing. As the steam passes through the lavender and pine, it releases the aromatic essence. The careful control of temperatures.
Cooperage is an ancient craft, essential for storing liquids before modern times. Today, it's experiencing a revival.
There is a unique aroma here in the studio, where the fire meets the clay, guiding the process with a calming rhythm.
This symbiotic system mimics natural ecosystems, combining fish farming and vegetable cultivation.
The decline of traditional stone masonry highlights the role of schools like this in preserving the craft and training workers for heritage restoration.
Fungi play crucial ecological roles, including the composition of organic matter and forming mycorrhizal partnerships.
The evolution of the alpine hat, from practical working headwear to ceremonial costume, relies heavily on.
By integrating modern turbines with this historic structure, we generate clean, localized power, demonstrating
The environmental advantages of these brooms, made from renewable plant materials compared to plastic alternatives, is clear.
Focus on your crampon placement, maintaining 3 points of contact. Looking good up there, keep that rhythm steady.
Historically, candles provided essential light. Beeswax burns cleanly with a natural honey fragrance, highly valued in today's market for its ambiance.
Soil formation involves the slow weathering of parent material and the accumulation of organic matter. This delicate ecosystem relies on the balance of nature. We must protect these ancient forests for generations to come.
The saponification process combines natural oils with lye, creating gentle cleansing bars.
By analyzing these unique ring patterns, we can reconstruct past climates and accurately date historic structures.
Long fermentation times and our sourdough cultures are essential for developing the rich flavor and unique texture of these traditional breads. Basket weaving is one of humanity's oldest crafts, predating pottery and metallurgy. After an hour, the crust is golden brown and the filling is perfectly set. It's ready for the table.
Chalets. The principles of geothermal energy and the extraction of heat from Earth's interior. This provides baseload renewable.
The revival of natural dyeing is driven by environmental concerns and an appreciation for these subtle, earthy colors.
The data collected here tracks environmental change, providing essential evidence for climate science and revealing clear upward trends in CO2 levels.
The introduction of water power mechanized the process, transforming raw fibers into durable rag paper valued for its archival quality. Bell founding combines ancient metallurgical knowledge with precision engineering, creating objects valued for their sonic qualities and cultural roles.
Rewilding focuses on restoring natural processes rather than intensive management. This approach, using the eddy covariance method, we quantify the forest's role as a carbon sink, essential for understanding how terrestrial ecosystems respond to climate warming.
From flat sheets, we transform metal into objects of beauty. Punched and painted, they symbolize hope.
Ecosystem services are the benefits humans receive from functioning ecosystems. The challenge is valuing
the sunrise on the Trocine di Lavaredo is considered one of the most beautiful sights in all of Europe.
The mountain bread of South Tyrol is a dense, dark loaf made from stone-ground rye flour and wild yeast cultures collected from local grains.
The mountains of the Dolomites have claimed many lives over the centuries.
The Dolomites were once a shallow tropical sea teeming with marine life over 200 million years ago during the Triassic period.
The watermills of the Dolomite valleys have been grinding grain into flour for over 500 years.
These hay barns are a distinctive feature of the Ladin valleys, where farmers store winter fodder for cattle.
The village squares of the Dolomites are social and ceremonial centers. Public fountains.
The forests of the Dolomites are complex ecosystems, where spruce, larch, beech, and
The hay meadows of the Dolomites are not natural grasslands, but semi-natural landscapes.
The Via Ferrata routes of the Dolomites were originally built during the First World War to move troops and supplies across otherwise impassable terrain.
The alpine lakes of the Dolomites are jewels set in stone, formed by glacial erosion during the last ice age.
The Dolomites are a living laboratory for geologists who study the transition from ancient reef to modern mountain.
The vineyards of the Dolomite valleys produce small quantities of high-altitude wine, primarily from native.
The brass band tradition in the Dolomites is a living link to the Habsburg era, when every village had its own Musikkapelle.
Race bridges. We are witnessing the familiar patterns.
As the road winds higher, we leave the trees behind, entering the alpine tundra. Ahead lies the path.
The highway follows the lake shore, providing continuous water views. The combination
As we descend into the evening, the journey continues into the dusk. Above, the peaks catch the alpenglow. The journey reveals a landscape balancing tradition with modernity. Towns like Wilderswil serve as key As twilight fades completely, the forest envelops the winding road. Our headlights become essential, cutting through the darkness of the descent.
As our journey nears its end, we see how these communities have found sustainable ways to thrive here.
This liminal time, suspended between day and night, shifts as we enter the forest.
This is a true mountain resort town. The economy relies entirely on tourism and recreation, bustling with
The road stretches ahead, a thread through the darkness.
The night drive continues through the mountain valley.
Continuing down the valley, the highway passes settlements maintaining traditional character before the valley opens toward lowland areas and thermal springs. And so we arrive. The road gives way to the street, the solitude of the journey replaced by the warm embrace of the town. The landscape tightens as the valley gives way to the canyon. Here, the river's power is absolute, carving up the engineering required to thread this road through the canyon is impressive. Here, the passage narrows. A new day, a new segment of the journey. The road always extending. Towns are nodes, the road...
The route now follows a highway heading toward a mountain region known for its dramatic peaks and extensive glaciers.
The road follows the river deep into the canyon's length. Though the sameness is profound, subtle variation.
The river carves the route, creating a natural corridor that the road follows.
Goal. The canyon ends, the valley begins, the confinement is released, and the landscape expands.
The road climbs onto the plateau, leaving the valley's shelter behind. Here the landscape is exposed.
The distance. A canyon gateway, this service town is a waypoint, offering gas, food, and lodging. The roadside diner
Life here in the winter months moves at a different pace. Residents adapt their routines to the shorter days and the deep cold.
As we descend, the dramatic erosion of the valley becomes clear.
The road straightens as the valley opens onto the high plateau. The emptiness here is profound, a truly
What might appear as simply scenic performs vital environmental functions. These alpine forests.
We glide through this ancient forest, a protected heritage.
The night ends, the cycle renews. The journey completes as the dawn reveals the world.
The quintessential mountain scene, defined by peaks like the Eiger and Jungfrau, draws visitors worldwide.
The contrast is clear. The forest protected, the valley worked. This is intensive agriculture.
The frozen waterfall dominates the view, a spectacular curtain of blue-white ice. But beyond this,
the landscape changes abruptly here at the plateau's edge. The road ahead drops thousands of feet into the vast valleys and mountains beyond.
The canal is a powerful example of an engineered landscape. It's a human construct where the water is directed.
The seasonal movement allows farmers to maximize productivity, producing excellent milk for tradition.
The descent is relentless, a rapid change in elevation down these tight switchbacks carved directly in. The forest here shows signs of active management, balancing economic use with environmental protection for future generations. The view expands with elevation, revealing a landscape where culture and cultivation are inseparable. The descent complete, we arrive on the valley floor. The landscape is dramatically transformed. As we approach the town, we see how these centers provide essential services for the surrounding rural areas, including schools and medical clinics.
Welcome to the Agricultural Service Center. The economy is based on farming, processing, and distribution.
It's much colder out here than I expected. Let's stop for coffee at the cafe up the street.
The streets, designed for pedestrians, lead to the village square. It's the heart of this tight-knit community.
The valley is incredibly productive, a testament to modern farming, technology, and precision agriculture.
The blend of tradition and modernity allows these small mountain communities to thrive, honoring their heritage while securing. This coastal highway reveals the Mediterranean at its finest. The sea is intensely blue, contrasting with this.
The river crossing is essential, the bridge engineered for heavy loads. Below, the water.
These valleys were carved by the immense power of glacial epoch.
This strategic headland, a promontory jutting into the sea, has been historically fortified.
As we glide through the valley, the harvest is complete. The cottonwoods along the river are turning spectacular.
The road drops quickly into the sheltered harbour. Below, the fishing village is clustered tight.
The rivers are the lifeblood of these mountain regions. They drain the snowmelt, carving the valleys and providing a.
Global environmental problems, particularly climate change, manifest dramatically in mountains.
The fertile alluvial soil of this plain has given way to modern, intensive agriculture.
The road continues through the valley toward the destination ahead.
There is an ongoing tension between preserving heritage and enabling economic viability.
The journey segments have also revealed underlying patterns and themes that characterize mountain regions beyond their surface diversity.
We leave the urban intensity behind, passing through the ex-urban zone, a diffused community, A journey begins heading toward a region known for its thermal activity, where
it's a landscape defined by diversity and tradition. Small farms thriving, connecting producers and consumers directly.
Morning.
This small settlement is an interlude in the wilderness, a brief human presence defined by isolation and...
The road through this ancient forest feels privileged, a sacred space where the mountains speak to our deepest consciousness.
As the glen opens, the confinement ends, revealing a broader valley. This transition zone
the descent begins. We're still high up, the air thin and cool, but the forest thickens as we wind our way down towards the valley below.
The road continues into progressively more remote territory, following a tributary valley that branches from the main. The transition from the moor's exposure to the valley's shelter brings a palpable sense of relief.
The journey continues through the darkness of this narrow valley. The road is straight, passing the occasional ranch entrance.
The trail rapidly gains elevation, passing through changing forest zones into the alpine.
The river's downcutting, accelerated by glacial meltwater, carved this deep gorge. These microclimates support.
As the elevation increases, the lakes shrink below us. The route is challenging, but the views are...
The darkness fades, revealing the valley. With the rising sun, the journey through the night is complete.
This small ranching community, like many in the valley, faces the challenges of rural depopulation.
Night driving focuses the mind. In this vast darkness, the road is the only certainty, the journey itself the purpose.
The descent is complete, welcoming us to this lush valley. As we continue through this temperate rainforest,
The mesa, a flat-topped elevation. The cap rock is resistant, the sides eroded, the top preserved, the road straightens, the surface excellent.
This iconic coastal route reveals a dramatic geology, where the ocean and road are in constant dialogue.
The best cheese in the valley right here. Hello, Margaret, how are the children? Lovely, thank you. I'll take my usual loaf, please.
The river remains a lifeline, though the infrastructure, like this aging bridge, is costly to maintain.
As the morning progresses, the valley becomes active. The spring plowing marks the beginning of the cycle.
as you descend toward the harbor, the heart of this coastal town, you see a history rooted in fishing, now intertwined with welcoming tourism.
Indoors. Entering the spiral tunnel, the highway curves steadily, emerging at a significantly lower elevation into a deep valley.
The forest is a living system, with distinct layers from canopy to floor. These ancient trees play a vital role.
The ascent is steep, the engine labors as we gain elevation. The forest canopy is dense here, protecting this ancient...
The highway emerges from the forest into a high mountain valley,
that opens unexpectedly, revealing spectacular alpine scenery.
Tensions. From the major junction, the route now follows a valley known for its thermal springs and spa resorts.
The river's recreational value is significant, drawing anglers.
The rapid descent continues through the alpine zone. We navigate frequent switchbacks, dropping quick.
We're well above the tree line now, and the harsh alpine conditions make the ecology fragile.
While the mill keeps running, employment remains a challenge for this resource-dependent town. This memorial reminds us.
And here it is, the coast. The ocean, vast and grey-green.
Stations. Entering the foothills, the highway begins a gradual ascent following a valley route. The landscape transitions from
This U-shaped valley was carved by ancient glaciers. The river is frozen, and the steep walls of